there was a hurricane the year before I came, so I heard some stories about that, hunkering down in houses and not getting to work for a week or something like that. But yeah, I didn't have anything that bad. I had, I think, maybe 2 tropical storms that were pretty intense. The rain there was really something fun. And I think you learn to waterproof your scriptures and your pamphlets and everything very well, and then you just kind of don't worry about it, and you get soaked all the way through. I remember my first rainstorm was I was in a car area, and we were picking up some missionaries that lived in a gated apartment complex, so you had to roll down the window and touch the buttons to open it. And just in that amount of time, I roll down the window, touch 4 buttons, and roll it back up. This whole side of my shirt just got completely soaked from the rain. So that was, for me, that was actually a lot of fun. I've never had warm rain before. It's always been like cold, so you're like, oh man, it's raining, but you can ride around in short sleeves and just have rain pelting you and not feel uncomfortable at all. You're just kind of like, well, I'm wet, but it actually doesn't feel that bad. I remember, yeah, one time we went out in what was almost a tropical storm and couldn't find anyone. People weren't eager to open their doors. And then we got home, and my companion took out our phone. He's like, oh, we got a message from the zone leader saying that we can stay in today because the weather's too bad. And so that was really funny, but I was happy that we actually went out because it was just a very unique experience of working in all that rain. And then I guess lightning can be a little unnerving when you're on your bike. It could get pretty close, but yeah, I never really felt in danger of the weather. I felt really cold and wondered if I was gonna crash my bike. I remember it's like my arm started locking up one time. But yeah, it's very fun weather. I think I remember one time we were driving down a highway going to a meeting or something, and directly where the highway was, one side was white clouds and then completely sunny, and then the other side was just black clouds, and it just split right down the highway. And one of the missionaries in the car said, if that doesn't sum up Texas weather, then I don't know what does. I guess one thing that took me by surprise was how cold it got. It actually snowed there when I was in my first winter there, and I have this charming picture of palm trees covered with snow. And so, yeah, that was something that luckily, you know, I think packing for the mission, it was like, bring a jacket and bring like a waterproof overcoat. And I was like, what's this nonsense? I'm going to Houston, Texas. Like, it's a desert out there. And so, yeah, bringing out that coat and then putting on the jacket and stuff because it's so cold. I was like, wow, that was a good thing I responded to that, because I would have, yeah, been really miserable if I hadn't packed those things that they said.